Okay, so we're going to go over to CDC Reportable Diseases on this one. By now we have discussed enough that you should be familiar with most of these. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into storytelling mode for a second. I want you to imagine you are a female who has just gotten employed by the CDC. You'll see why in a minute. And so with us being employed by the CDC, obviously you're going to want to learn all you can about the diseases, or excuse me, the agents of biochemical warfare. Alright, so that's anthrax and tularemia, caused by Francisella, remember, and Bacillus anthracis. Alright, so we want to learn about those. Also, you're obviously going to want to learn about, and so that's for bioterrorism, you're obviously going to want to learn about all the ones you can get vaccinated against, okay? And so Mr. VZ MAPC, RIPA, if y'all remember those, go back and look if you don't. Haemophilus influenza B, we'll go ahead and throw Ducry in there because remember it is a type of Haemophilus and it is reportable, so CDC. Alright. Tdap, which is tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis. MRSA, not saying you can get vaccinated against it, I'm just saying go ahead and throw that in there. You'll want to know about methicillin-resistant Staph aureus, okay? And, you know, the PPD that we do, which is, you know, we're talking Mantow reaction. You're wanting to see if someone has been exposed to tuberculosis before or not. And when we think tuberculosis, go ahead and throw leprosy in there, okay? So that's just ways to remember this. Do I remember all of these straight off the top of my head? No, probably not, but for the most part, I do remember most of them, okay? And so we're going to want to learn about bioterrorism. We're going to want to learn about what you can get vaccinated against, and something like MRSA as well. Then you're going to want to know about the most common STDs, right? Now, obviously, the most common STI is going to be HPV, but we're not worried about that. Too many people have it. We don't know. We're not reporting that to the CDC, okay? So next up, what we're going to go to is chlamydia. And what gets co-infected with chlamydia is gonorrhea, and then syphilis is pretty common as well. So you're going to want to know about those, okay? So you're going to want to know what the statistics are on those. Alright, and because of your new job working for the CDC, there's a guy named Tricky Ricky, him and Bruce, remember Pastor Bruce? But he don't want you to call him Pastor when he's out of the cloth, okay? He just wants you to call him Bruce. Alright, so, but we say Bruce, you know, the one who cast a legion out of Francisella in the Sistine Chapel, that's the one we're talking about, right? So Tricky Ricky and Bruce are going to fix you a dinner party, okay? At this dinner party, they're cooking you up hot dogs and chicken and burgers, because burgers, remember, Borrelia burgdorferi for Lyme disease, chicken for salmonella, hot dogs for listeria. Alright, so they're cooking all that stuff. So after the party, alright, you're going to want to go swimming in the pool. So Bruce goes to bed, Tricky Ricky tries to get you out there swimming, going skinny dipping. It's not really a pool, it's actually a backwater pond, okay, still standing water. And so you're like, well, crap, you know, I could get Giardia, but I've got a tampon in. And so, like, you know, maybe I'll leave that in so I don't get Giardia. Alright, that'll help you remember for Staph aureus. And so, lo and behold, you go skinny dipping out there with Tricky Ricky, and you end up getting cholera. Yep, didn't have protection against that, did you? Now, you don't know. Now, no, I'm not saying tampons will protect you against Giardia. This is a silly little made-up story, okay? I don't mean to offend anyone or anything. Just work with me here. If you have a better way of remembering all this, by all means, go ahead and do it. This is just something if you want to use it, okay? So anyway, you go out there, and you know what Tricky Ricky is trying to do, because love is in the air, and you see even the little hanta, when you think hantavirus, you know, mice are the ones that they're reservoirs for that. You even see the mice over there getting shiggy with it, but you're like, you know, he's not getting none of me. I'm out of here, alright? And so once again, you're a new female that's gotten employed by the CDC. You want to learn about all you can about the bioterrorism agents. Also, you want to learn all you can about those that you can be vaccinated against. You want to learn about these three main STDs. And then you go back home, Tricky Ricky and Bruce. Don't call him Pastor Bruce. Just call him Bruce, okay? You know, the one who cast the legion out of Francis? Yeah, they're throwing you a dinner party. It's got hot dogs, chicken, and burgers out there. Alright? Bruce goes to bed. Tricky Ricky says, hey, you know, let's go out skinny dipping out in the pond out back. You're like, okay, you know, and you're like, oh, you know, I hope I don't get Giardia. I've got a tampon in. Maybe that'll protect me against it. You know, it won't, but I'm just saying, you know. So you go out there and lo and behold, look what you end up getting. You end up getting cholera. But you're like, hey, I've got to go. And I'm glad I've got this anyway, because it ain't going to be sexy. He ain't going to be wanting to kiss me or hug me or anything. I'm out of here, because I know what he's trying to do, because love's in the air. and I even see the mice getting shiggy with it over there. So this is what's reportable to the CDC, okay? Anthrax, tularemia, all of your Mr. VZ MAPCs, all of your RIPAs, your HIB, your Ducry, your Tdap, MRSA, Mycobacterium, tuberculosis and leprosy, gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis. Tricky is for the tricky vaginosis. We'll go over that later. Ricky for rickettsia, which is your Rocky Mountain spotted fever. Brucellosis, all right, caused by Brucella bacteria. Legionella, Francisella. Really, it's the tularemia is what it is. The tularemia is reported, but Francisella, I put that in there to help you remember. Pastorella is not reported. That's the reason I said don't call him Pastor, just call him Bruce, okay? Listeria is reported. Salmonella is reported. Borrelia burgdorferi, which is Lyme disease, is reported. Toxic shock syndrome, only the one caused by Staph aureus, not the streptococcus ones. They are not reported to the CDC. Just the ones caused by Staph aureus are reported to the CDC. Giardiasis is reported, hantavirus, shigellosis, and cholera. All those are reported to the CDC, okay? And if you guys wonder exactly where I got the list from for CDC, because most of them are toned down, I actually went to the CDC website, 2013 National Notifiable Infectious Diseases, and so there's a whole list of them there. Okay, I pulled the vast majority all together in that little stupid story that I gave you a while ago. And so now we're going to go to vectors, and so you know where I get vectors information from. I go to the geographic distribution here of all of these vectors from the CDC's actual website. Okay, so let's get started and going over all of these vectors here. So skeeters, okay, yes, I am from Georgia. That's why I have the red and black colors there. Sorry, GT fans. Y'all get that if you're from Georgia. Let's talk about all the skeeters, okay? Those are mosquitoes. You have the Aedes mosquito, okay? It causes yellow fever and dengue. The monkey is the reservoir, and so what that means is the monkey has it over here, okay? He's over here, ooh, ah, you know. Or maybe we can do Curious George. If y'all watch Curious George, sorry, I have an 8-year-old. We still watch that. Sorry, that's embarrassing. But anyway, so too late to edit that out. There's a monkey over here in the bushes. He's a reservoir, and so the Aedes mosquito will come and suck the blood out the monkey, and then he will come to you, and as he sticks in his little mouth sticker thing to suck blood out, he injects the yellow fever and dengue fever into you. Okay, then you have the Culex mosquito. It is going to come and suck the blood out of birds, and then it's going to come to you, and it's going to infect you with possibly Western equine encephalitis, Eastern equine encephalitis, St. Louis encephalitis, or West Nile virus, okay? And then finally we have rats, okay? And so the Aedes or the Culex mosquito can go and tag those rats, and then it comes back to you and gives you VEE, okay? And so those are all of our skeeter vectors. Just to go over some other things and where it comes from, okay, leptospira and hantavirus, those are going to come from rodents, rodent urine, things of that nature. Fleas, Yersinia pestis, remember me saying you mostly get that now from prairie dogs over in California area, Arizona area. You can get that still from rats though, you know, but that's what caused the bubonic plague, fleas coming from them, okay? And also you can get rickettsia typhi from that, also the endemic typhus is what that is. Alright, and then ticks, you get Ricky, which is rickettsia, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, or you can get ehrlichiosis. We'll go over that more in just a second. And also from the louse, which is the singular form of lice, you get Rickettsia prowazekii, okay? The reservoir for that is squirrels, and it causes endemic typhus as well. Now, the prowazekii is going to have the relapsing fever, where the child will have a fever, it goes away, and then the child will have the fever again, which is different than an undulating fever, which is like brucellosis, okay? So let's talk about these tick vectors. Here they are right here. You'll find differentiating or differing, you know, people to say different things. I found it in different sources, but this is the best source that I could come up with. Like I said, I got it from the CDC website and also pulling from USMLE-RX actually, which is put on by the folks over at First Aid, okay? So a plug-in for them, USMLE-RX. So the Zoetis tick, Dermacanter andersoni, or variabilis, and then the Lone Star tick. Also, know about, there is another, there it is, the brown dog tick right there. It has been found also to cause ehrlichiosis, okay? So if you have somebody that's always around dogs or something, and they sleep with their dogs on the bed or something, okay, you can get that tick that might hop off on you, give you ehrlichiosis. So familiarize yourself with this list right here. This will give you everything you'll need to know on those kind of vectors right there, okay? It's a pretty extensive list. If you can't remember all of it, by all means, don't beat yourself over the head, okay? But this will get you all you need to know. We've just gone over the vectors in great detail, okay? And one more thing that I would like to bring up. You guys didn't think I'd forget, did you? You knew it was coming. $3. Okay? If you haven't gone to joeyjohnsondo.com and donated your one-time only donation of $3, by all means, please feel free to go do so. I appreciate that, guys. Alright, well, it is a good day. NBA playoffs are about to start soon, and I am happy. Are you happy? We are almost done. The next things we're going to go over are RNA. The rest of RNA viruses, rather. We're going to go over the helical shaped ones, and that will complete all of the medically relevant bacteria and viruses that you can be tested on for the boards. How cool is that, right? Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.